Right, here we are for another update. The reason I'm doing the update is that it is near enough, or practically for a few days as they say, that I've had these in the tank now for a year. It's like the anniversary, but if you haven't seen any other updates, I did have a problem back in the summertime. The airline popped out one hot night and I did lose 4 of them because I started with 10. So the ones that I've had for a year are solid. Let's go into the back there, which I thought was a snake skin, but them 2 snake skins. And the red snake skin that's facing us, and the 2 red Turks, which are like the original wild breed. Like if you're angels, you get like the zebra, which standard sort of wild ones, but I know you do get the other variety in the wild. But that was the 6, and then around, I'm trying to think of myself, May, June sort of time, might be a bit later, after about 4 to 6 months of having them, I got another 5, which were, or are I should say, 2 Marlboros and 2 pigeon bloods, red pigeon bloods, and a blue diamond. I've literally just done a water change, which is why I've left the air off for about an hour, which I tend to like everything just to naturally sort of settle down. I thought I'd film with the air off, as it's on all the time now after that happened. I don't switch them off, and I've obviously updated the pump, which I said in my other videos. So the other sort of changes I've done, I've fizzled out a little bit, or thinned out as they say, some of my giant Valus, give a bit more space. And secondly, which is what I was saying in my other ones, I have updated my filter, or I should say incorporated a 3rd filter, because originally I was just going to up the 2 filters that I have. I'll run 2 305s, and I was going to up them either to the EFX, I can't remember what it was called now, but it was for a 400 litre one, maybe the 400, I can't remember now. But as the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix, up them to the Fluval 406s. But well, there was quite a few possibilities. The first possibility is obviously it's going to be money, is to up the tank size. Well, that's a Roma 200 in there, which they're in. So it's 200 litres, which is a good, they say, is a good starting point for Discus. A lot of people think, oh, it's overcrowded, and I do get a lot of comments, well, a lot of people saying that from that come in and that, oh, you want to get a bigger tank size, brother included. True, I'm one overstocked in there, but the person I got them from breeds them, imports them from Germany because they're Shadenka ones, recommended that when I started it, because I was only going to get 4 or 5 argument's sake, to go for a nice shoal of them, because all they do is just hide and probably not have their natural ability come out, which from when I started this quite a few years back now, 4 off the top of my head, I had 1 in a 90 litre, and being a bit of a novice, as they say, it didn't work. You know, I was doing a water change once a week, I was running a 305 on it, and no, it didn't really, I ended up, I think it was a Malaysian breed one, and it just sort of went really dark and popped its clogs. Then I got 2 Shtenka snakeskin, which I thought, but one actually turned to a solid, a bit like this guy. But yeah, it was fine with the 2 in the 90 litre, but obviously then I upped them to this to give them plenty of space. Started to sort of work, but after about 6 weeks or something like that, I did lose one of the snake skins, which then I ended up getting it was blue pigeon blood. Yeah, lovely, you know, and that they sort of started breeding and everything and that, but they started to get. She was really good. The pigeon blood was a female. Just by chance and that, I wasn't actually particularly looking at them. Paid a lot of money for her. I think she was priced for 72, but I got her for 55. And it didn't sort of. I don't know. How I was doing it, it didn't sort of work. I won't go too much into that, but basically, what I'm trying to get at is when there's a nice shoal like this, you get their full potential come out. Where I've never had a problem, well, apart from the little one, of eating. They scoff everything I put in there. They'll eat like vultures. They can't get enough food. And obviously, from starting and doing one water change a week, I was up to it. I was advised to do what you did in the 1 week to do twice a week, which obviously did work with the 2 that I had. But I noticed a hell of a lot of difference of having a nice shoal of them. And obviously, when you think about it, where they come from, it's the same sort of thing as tetras. They like to be in a nice shoal. They feel relaxed. They feel comfortable. These are social fish. They're quite sociable to me, and even my little one now, who's just over 2.5. They got used to her. Okay, they are still a little bit skitty. They do. I know it's not showing it now. They do bicker a little bit on you know, from time to time with each other, but they're cichlids. I know I couldn't do it if you had angels all in there, but it's not major aggressiveness to each other. Well, saying that, the Turk and that one, which is that right? No, it's not that one. Yes, it is that one. Sorry, I'm looking through here and I can't see. I was move the camera away. Which is the blue snakeskin, which is a female. She stands the ground. Them 2 do bicker a little bit, but then it's more their instinct coming in, because he wants to be the dominant male, she wants to be the dominant and that. But because they're tank bred, they have lost a little bit of that. But I won't go into that too much. Well, actually, I will say that obviously in the wild, when you have a nice shoal colony, I don't know the exact sort of word, say shoal of them, you would get a dominant male, which will be the leader of the shoal. He will be the brightest one, and the others will dull their other colour down to show that he is the dominant. Obviously, you will pick a female, and they will be the dominant pair, and they will rule over the rest, and then they have their pecking order going down, which obviously they eat first, and so on, and obviously what's ever left, and so on and so on. But obviously, being tank bred, they're dwelled from it. I wouldn't say they've completely lost it, because they've still got it, and that's where you get a little bit of that dominance in there. But I will do a review of the 406, showing its pluses and improvements, and in a lot, but there's a few little minuses I can find with it. But on the whole, it is a good filter. And I know I was advised to have it just dumping in. I know there is a T-junction there now. That's because the power of the 406, it was disturbing my sand, the substrate at the bottom. And you know, I was running at half-mast, as they say. And I was advised, you know, that can put a little bit of pressure on the impeller. And obviously, I know you advised me originally to run a 206 in there, but I thought, no, let's go for the biggest, what you can, you know, whatever and that. So, with the combined amount, that's 1,000 litres. So I purchased that. I think it's an air thing for a pond or something like that. Don't quote me on that because I don't really know, but I got that for a couple of pounds. So that splits the thing. I can run it full thing. He just said have it half. Obviously I've got another thing which I had in the 90 litre, which is the old tubing, so I didn't want to cut the other one in case of any changes or anything different to come. You know, it's always handy to have spare stuff. That it splits its air bit either side, its flow I should say. But no, everything seems happy, everything seems calm. They seem happy with how it's flowing in there. It's not disturbing them, because another concern was obviously the diamond, as I said before, has got a split ventricle. It was born like that. Well, see, when I got it, it was like that. I thought it would refix itself. It hasn't. It doesn't bother me. It may bother, I'll say him, I don't know, obviously, a little bit. But I thought with a stronger flow he may struggle. I mean, he does seem to pant a little bit more than the others. He eats fine. I was never seen him scoff so much. He's a good size. But like I said, it could be just a buoyancy problem that he has to overcompensate with it, which obviously makes him a little bit more tired, and which I didn't want to put any more pressure on with a stronger flow in there. But no, it has miraculously improved in the clarity in there. I mean, normally when I do a water change, it's a little bit slight mist, as they say, but that normally does go, and then you get the best benefits the next morning after a night filtration. But anyway, I will show you, I'll do a review as well on, or I should say I'll do a video of how to install and run, I should say how to run 3 externals in a filtered tank, in a tank. Because I looked endlessly for YouTube for this, and there was nothing. It was just the owner, well, the manager of Maidenhead explained and showed me how to do it, which obviously I've got in there. I won't go into it too much, obviously it'll be a quite a long video, but I will show you briefly my externals. So go to that side. Obviously there's one which is there. Oh no, it's running a little bit loud. I have reading the blimmin' 406 book, they've advised you to change the impellers yearly. I spoke to them in the fish place, my local Maidenhead, and they turned around and said, no, you don't need to change them. I know I don't want to dish Hagen, I do like them, but obviously they want to make money from them. But obviously these are about 4 years or something old. They have run quieter. It's only literally because I've done a water change, and that one, well, I run my coral gravel, I had a slight split in the bag, in the media bag, so I had to purchase another bag, which is why that one's had to be opened. But they do say they do take a little bit of time to run the impellers in. And then my overloaded one is here. So there's the new 406, and there's a 305. But they are very quiet. It is very quiet, but I know it's making a bit of noise now.